So today we're going to be going over the BBIG Gamma Squeeze leading into the January 21st, 2022 expiration. But first things first, indoor sunglasses engaged. So briefly we're going to go over what a Gamma Squeeze is, but there is plenty of information all over the internet if you guys want to understand it better yourself. So we're going to keep it short and sweet. So when you are selling a call option, you need to hedge that call option position by buying the underlying security. So if you're selling a BBIG call option, you need to hedge by buying BBIG stock. You've probably heard of a covered call before. Well, market makers do this thing called a delta hedging. This is where they only buy enough stock to match up to the delta of the underlying security. The delta changes by the gamma value of that options contract. The gamma value is essentially how much the delta value changes when the underlying stock moves a single dollar, and that is also how many shares of the stock the market maker needs to buy back to hedge. Again, there's plenty of information if you guys didn't understand that brief explanation, but we are going to be going over all of the statistics involved in this Gamma Squeeze to see when exactly we might be able to find a good time to sell. Speaking of selling, I am likely going to be selling this week. This is because typically we see Gamma Squeezes a short-term peak and then a fallback. It reverses its trend and then it falls significantly. So you want to be on the positive end of selling on a Gamma Squeeze. You don't want to be selling after the Gamma Squeeze is over. We've seen it in multiple different stocks, Progenity, Support, even AMC. When there is a Gamma Squeeze, there is tons of hedging, and after the expiration expires, and even before sometimes, they start de-hedging. As the stock falls, you de-hedge that position, you sell the stock. It really just means that there's tons of volatility, so you want to capitalize on the volatility in the positive direction, even if it is a little early. Now, this isn't financial advice. This is just how I plan to play this strategy. I'm not going to make it public information when I do sell, so you are on your own unless you do subscribe to my trade alerts, which is in the description of this video. The whole reason behind me not saying this publicly is because there will be lots of backlash. People don't like seeing you sell. I sell all the time, right? I'm always selling. I'm taking my profits when I got them, so I don't lose them. So I'm not a bag holder. But the general public has some outrageous price targets, different strategies than I do. So to avoid controversy, I'm just not going to make it public information. I'll bring you guys all of this information, but I'm just not going to tell you guys when I personally sell out of this stock unless you are in the Trade Alerts Discord group. Here we have the options chain for January 21st, 2022. Tons of call options, already a decent amount in the money. Right here you guys can see about 9,000 open interest at the 2.5 strike, 12,000 at the $3 strike, 18,000 at the 3.5, 36,000 at the 4. Then we go out of the money right here, 37,000 at the 4.5, 75,000 at the 5, 22,000 at the 5.5, 74,000 at the 6. Then it gets a little bit slower, 36,000 at the 7.5, 16,000 at the 9, and 55,000 in the 10. What you're seeing right here, these out of the money call options that have heavy open interest, this is what's called a gamma ramp, because as the share price goes up, there's more that needs to be hedged, further perpetuating the stock prices price action to the upside. If you guys wanted a free share of AMC stock, you can get one by signing up for Moomoo with the first link in the description or pinned comment section down below. All you have to do is deposit $100 on their platform. You get a free share of AMC. That's a 20% return right off the bat. They also have an amazing stock brokerage promotion on top of the free share of AMC, where all you have to do is deposit $1. You get up to $7,000 in free stock. So again, guys, check it out. First link below in the description or pinned comment section. Here we have a heat map for the January 21st expiration. It's showing the open interest as well as the call option volume in each of these strike prices. So the majority of the open interest lies in the $5 strike price as well as the $6 strike price right here and majority of the volume lies in, again, the $5 strike price as well as the $4 strike price. Right now we're sitting in between $4 and $5 strike prices. So what this heat map tells me as an investor is that it'll likely peak out around the $5 or $6 strike prices. I could be wrong, but that's what it's looking like right now. Another thing to take into consideration is the historical flow. History doesn't always repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And if we're looking at the historical options activity here, you guys can see that in August, there was a very high spike up in call option volume, and in October right here as well. We're also seeing it right now. And in the past, we have seen that when there is a spike up in call volume, it's generally a pretty decent time to sell. It correlates with the high call option volume. And this is the reason why I'm looking to sell this week, because again, we have high call option volume. We're also trending upwards, so there's probably going to be a decent opportunity to sell. And this is entirely due to hedging these call options. The market makers are hedging this stock as it's moving to the upside. As the stock price falls, they de-hedge, they de-risk. As the stock expires, they also de-risk. And the more likely scenario is that after the gamma squeeze, the stock comes back down to reality. So as you guys can see right here, max pain is at $4 per share for the January 21st expiration. Max pain means that this is the strike price where a majority of the amount of call options and put options will expire out of the money. The stock price tends to gravitate towards the max pain because it means the call option buyers lose money. And if you've ever bought a lot of call options before, there's more than a likely scenario that you have probably lost money on them. Here you guys can see the gamma exposure for BBIG stock. What's important here is that on almost every single strike price, there is positive gamma exposure. So net positive gamma exposure. When looking for a gamma squeeze, you want to look for stocks that have positive net gamma exposure. And in BBIG stock, almost every strike price has positive gamma exposure. And as you guys can see, the most gamma exposure is right here in the $5 strike price, which is still out of the money, as well as the $6 strike price. This also means that at the $5.50 strike price, market makers will have more ability to reverse the trend, as well as the $7.50 strike price. This is where it'll likely reverse the trend. So I don't really see us going much higher than $6 per share due to this, but I could be wrong. In contrast, here is AMC stock. As you guys can see, a majority of AMC strike prices actually have negative gamma exposure, starting here at 23 all the way down to 20. There's tons of negative gamma exposure, meaning that there's more likely that there's going to be a negative gamma squeeze than a positive gamma squeeze. But that also means that after this expiration, AMC is more than likely to reverse its trend back to the upside. Another stock that has very high positive gamma exposure is ESSC. As you guys can see, almost every strike price on this chart, leading all the way up to $25 per share, has positive gamma exposure. So that's all I got, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like on the video if you guys did. Also, we're gonna be live streaming BBIG stock each and every single day this week, so I'm looking forward to you guys joining me for that journey. It's gonna be so fun. We're gonna get absolutely degenerate on the live stream. I'm not gonna make when I sell public information, but you can probably get an idea of the levels where I'm looking to sell by watching the video that I just put out. This video, the Gamma Squeeze video. You can also subscribe to my trade alerts using the link in the description if you want to know when I do end up selling out of BBIG stock. That's all I got, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you wanted to get that one free share of AMC stock, 20% return right off the bat, or infinite return if you just deposit $1 on their platform, you can use the link below in the description or pinned comment section. That's all I got, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya!